Despite his negative historical reputation, the one achievement that John Tyler does is at least gets the ball rolling to get Texas into the Union. It had been an issue since 1819, when the first Anglo-Americans are entering Texas through the Spanish and eventual Mexican immigration programs. By 1836, there are more Anglo-Americans than there are Hispanics living in Texas, and eventually what you'll see is a rebellion against the Mexican authorities, and we have what's known as the Texas Revolution. Texas is able to win its independence from Mexico on the battlefield and create what's known as the Republic of Texas. The plan was supposed to be that once Texas achieved its independence, it was going to ask to be admitted into the Union, because after all, who's the leader of the Texas Revolution? Sam Houston, right? And Sam Houston was a Democrat, War of 1812 veteran, and a native of Tennessee. Well, gee, doesn't that describe somebody that we've been talking about? Oh yeah, Andrew Jackson, War of 1812 veteran, Democrat, and a native of Tennessee. In fact, the two men knew each other. So the plan was very simple. Sam Houston would be able to use his connections to get Jackson to say, "Hey, come on into the Union." The problem is that the Mexican government rejected any notion of Texas independence at this time, even though it had a treaty that said it was. The Mexican government will ultimately reject any treaty that says Texas is an independent nation. And so the Republic of Texas is basically just going to be it's going to be an independent standalone nation and not a part of the United States. Mainly because of the fact that Jackson does not want to annex somebody else's territory into the United States. However, as you can feel them leaving the door of the White House when he acknowledges and recognizes the independence of Texas. And so the Republic of Texas is going to come about for about 9 years. Throughout these 9 years, we're going to see multiple attempts to get Texas into the Union, most notably through the various secretaries of state of John Tyler. I told you in the last slide that Tyler's Secretary of State is going to resign. His name was Daniel Webster. He comes back from Europe and back from England, and he promptly resigns. And so it's going to be up to his successor, Abel P. Upshur, to negotiate the Texas admission into the Union. The problem is that Upshur is going to be killed in a tragic test of a Navy gun, and it's going to be up to his successor, the man with more political lives than a cat, John C. Calhoun, is going to be asked to be Secretary of State. And he makes a blunder. He's going to negotiate a treaty with Texas to get Texas into the Union, but he writes a letter, and this letter gets published in the newspapers stating that Texas is going to be admitted into the Union to save slavery. Well, northern senators, by this time free senators, are not going to like that, and you need the Senate to ratify any treaty. Well, that's going to pull any sort of chances that a treaty is going to be ratified between the United States and Texas to bring Texas into the Union. Why? Because it looks like it's going to be a conspiracy to spread slavery into the territories. So this is going to set up the backdrop for the election of 1844. It's going to be a major campaign issue of the presidential election, and we'll see how that fares in the next slide.